Teacher Arame. Are you ready to learn? Come and join me as we discover more learning one video lesson at a time. Our topic is visual elements. Our learning competency: interpret the meaning suggested in visual media through visual elements such as line, symbols, color, gaze, framing, and social distance. Let us begin with the first visual element, which is line. Line is a set of points extending in both directions. It is used to create shapes, forms, and textures. Lines can vary in direction, length, and width. Here are 5 types of lines in arts, their meanings, and examples. The first one is vertical lines. Vertical lines are straight up and down lines that are moving in space without any slant and are perpendicular to horizontal lines. They suggest height and strength because they extend towards the sky and seem unshakable. So this is the example of a vertical line. So what you can see on the screen are vertical lines. Let us proceed with the next one, which is the horizontal line. Horizontal lines are straight lines parallel to the horizon. They move from left to right. They suggest width, distance, calmness, and stability. So this is an example of a horizontal line. The next one is diagonal lines. Diagonal lines are straight lines that start in any direction except horizontal or vertical. So when you use diagonal lines, they suggest movement or lack of stability. So that is an example of diagonal line. Let's proceed to the next example of our type of line, which is the zigzag lines. Zigzag lines are a series of diagonal lines joined at ends. They can convey action and excitement, as well as restlessness and anxiety. So here are some examples of zigzag lines. The next one and the last one is curved lines. Curved lines are lines that bend and change direction gradually. They can be simply wavy or spiral. Such lines convey the feeling of comfort and ease, as well as sensual quality, as they remind us of the human body. So there are tools to get variations of line. The first one is length. So length in lines can be long or short when we talk about length. When we talk about width, a line can be thin or thick. So looking at the example on your screen, we have here a thick line and a thin line. Speaking of weight, in lines, it means the continuous change by width. By varying the weight, one can capture energy, movement, and even suggest when one subject is in front of the other. The next one is texture. When we talk about texture in line, it defines how smooth or rough it is. Varying it can simply mean changing your working medium. For example, from using a marker up to using a charcoal or changing into your digital brush. So there will be changes in texture as you change your medium or the item you use in drawing a line. Let's go to style. Style of lines refers to continuous, dotted, dashed, or implied lines. Continuous or implied lines are great for leading the eye of the viewer in the direction you want them to go. Dash or dotted lines are great for pattern, energy, and calling for attention. The next visual element is space. A line divides a space. This space is the area covered by the entire artwork. Space can be positive or negative. Understanding positive and negative space plays an important role in the composite of artwork. Positive space is the area of interest or the subject of the artwork. Look at the picture. What image can you see? Can you say that the black colored portion is the subject? Or is it the white portion? There are two possible answers. If you look at the black portion, you can see a lotus flower, and that is the area of interest or the subject, and considered as the positive space. If you look at the center or on the white space, a picture of a goddess is visible. Then, it is the center of interest or the subject of the artwork. Let's proceed to symbol. A symbol instantly makes people think of traits or message that they want to associate with a company, group, product, or service. Through them, people find it easier to recognize, identify, or recall images than text. The symbol represents the picture. It can be remembered and identified with greater ease than 1,000 words describing a company. So look at the logo on the screen. Without even saying or writing the name of it, you are aware of the meaning of the picture, and that is the Meralco company that offers electric services. So here are other examples of logos. Without saying a word or writing the company name, you already know or you can easily identify the name of the business, the company, or whatever the symbol is representing. Let's proceed to the next visual element, which is the color. Color is very powerful. Looking at the colors can make us feel happy, calm, and excited. Colors can create varied emotions. It is important to choose colors that best represent the character or identity of a company, organization, or service. So here are colors and their meanings. We first talk about red. The color red means warm, angry, adventure, violence, fire, blood, passion, love, and excitement. Color blue means cool, calm, peaceful, trust, loyalty, wisdom, confidence, intelligence, faith, truth, and heaven. While green means life, renewal, nature, growth, harmony, freshness, safety, fertility, money, finances, banking, ambition, greed, and jealousy. The rainbow, the color of the rainbow, means friendly, fun, and youthful. The colors black, white, and gray mean simplicity and balance. Color yellow means happiness, optimism, creativity, cowardice, and madness. The color orange means joy, enthusiasm, fascination, happiness, creativity, determination, attraction, success, encouragement, and harvest. So here are some examples of company which put into consideration the meanings of the color in creating their company logo. So here are some company which use the color red, which means passion, adventure, in creating their logo. And then some companies use blue to show intelligence and being wise. And some company made use of green since green means nature, flourishing, abundance, and freshness. So here are some examples of companies which use red, blue, and green as the color of their company or business logo. Let's proceed with gaze. Gaze means to stare, suggests looking fixedly at something. To gaze is to look steadily and intently at something, especially at that which excites admiration, curiosity, or interest. To gaze at a scenery or at a scientific experiment. So here is the picture. So what can you say about it? The cat is staring at something, maybe a rat that he wants to catch. This picture is an example of gaze. So I have here other examples of gaze. Let's proceed to the next visual element, which is framing. In visual arts, and particularly cinematography, framing deals with the power placement of the subject together with other images. This is a feature of visual elements to highlight the subject inside a particular frame. So, in this example, the frame is focused on the person in this picture. It is the subject of the artwork and not the fence. Although majority of the image has fence on it, it is the person inside the fence which is the focus or the subject in this picture. Let me show you other examples of framing. So here in this photo, it is an example of a picture which use hand or fingers as the frame. The next one is a window. It was used to capture an image and a window was used as the frame. In this one, it is a church which has the trees around it as the frame. The next one is, the subject here is the man sitting on the chair, and the other chair was used as the frame to capture the man. And the last one is this one. So we can also use bridges as frames. Let's proceed. The next one is distance. Aesthetic distance is the distance between the realities in a work of art. The aesthetic distance does not only refer to literal pictures, but it can be identified in other visual media and even in literary works, where distance is visualized in the form of text. Here is an example of distance. Let me give you some more examples. So in this photo, you can already see the distance of the child from each other, the distance of the person from the point of view of the person or the photographer to the bridge. And lastly, the distance of the person from the window. So now that I have discussed with you the different visual elements, let's have an activity. Analyze and interpret the image. So I have here an image. Analyze it. And I have some questions. Number 1. What colors are used in the image or picture? What does this picture symbolize? Framing was used in the picture. What do you think is the subject being emphasized in it? And lastly, what values are suggested by the image? In this activity, answers may vary. Let's have the next picture. Analyze and observe the picture. What are the colors used in the image or picture? What does the picture symbolize? If you look at the color black, what images do you see? What color is the positive space in the image? What values are suggested by the image? Let's proceed to the next activity, which is business logo. Imagine that you already have your own business. Create a logo for your business. Remember to apply what you have learned about visual elements. Enjoy!
How did you find our activities today? Using the symbols below, choose one which best describes your experience in working on each given task. Comment down 3 smiling faces if you were able to do the task without any difficulty. The task helped you in understanding the lesson and you learned a lot today. Comment down 2 smiling faces if you were able to do the task. It was quite challenging, but it still helped you in understanding the lesson. And comment down 1 smiling face if you were not able to do the task. It was extremely difficult and you need additional enrichment activities to be able to do it. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for good luck and good grades. Until next time!